Anyway, let me tell you a little bit, and then you're still entitled to your opinion. If you hate my guts and think that I'm a horrible person, then you have the right to feel that way. But good morning, farm friends. It's a cold morning here on the farm, and I need to talk to you. Some of you are pretty critical about a decision I've made, and I just feel like I need to explain myself a little bit. Normally we don't respond to criticism, but I feel like I need to let you know. But man, the sun is bright this morning, and look at this. We woke up to snow and our power is out. It's a cold day here on the farm, but the dogs are having fun anyway. So come along. I'm gonna go feed the animals, and I want to talk to you. Like say, those of you that were critical, that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, but I feel like I need to educate you a little bit. So here we go. It's a beautiful morning with this snow, and I finally get to use my new high C work boots and mud boots. They're insulated and awesome for this kind of weather. So Lex, your tail looks cold. Go forward and let's show them your tail. It's got ice all over it. It was a cold, windy storm last night, but it looks like they've all done well. How are you this morning, Chief? I guess that's good to have a small tail in an ice storm. You don't have any snow on your tail like everyone else does. Good morning, boy. How are you? This is the horse we got that they call Miller, and he about kicked me. You don't kick at me, bud. I don't care if you're protecting your food. You don't do that. And here are a couple of goats that I got, and we've been using them. We used them at a live nativity, and we're going to do another live nativity. They've been perfect for this. So, but it's a beautiful cold morning here on the farm, And hopefully when I get back up to the house, the power's on. Taking care of a calf for a friend. They needed to get it off of a certain property they had and ask if they could keep it here for a little bit. So that's what this little girl is. That's pretty crazy. These leaves are just frozen into the ice. Looks kind of cool. Come on, Missy, let's go. Come on. Missy, come on. Come on. I didn't want to lock you in there. We got some cold roosters this morning. We sure have some pretty ones right now. Well, there's Rawhide this morning and Miss 66. She's a daughter of my stallion 66 and Lex here. And then we've got Penny, which is the most expensive horse I've ever bought. And she's about 18 months old now. And then we have Peaches, who's a daughter of Lex, and another stallion that my friend owned. And then we have Lily over here, which is the mare we got out of Idaho. And everyone back here, or everyone that watched our channel knows Shipper. She's our best horse, and this is Casey's horse. 20 years old and in foal to 66 right now. Well, here's Spur. Last week on the farm, we're gonna get his feet trimmed, his hooves trimmed, and get him sent to his new home. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that. But anyway, they're all situated and they do well in this cold weather. None of them are shivering or anything. But now, to address the criticism I received, has to do with this guy, Poco. So let me tell you about this a little bit. Well, it's sure bright back behind me, but I think if I stand here in the shade instead of right here, well, I don't know. I don't know what's best, but anyway, so this is Poco. And the other day I told you I decided to sell him. And I told you that he was a 25, maybe 26-year-old mule, and that we loved him, and we showed you a video of riding him and how gentle he is, and Blake did backflips off of him. Anyway, he's amazing. But I had some of you, and we have the most loyal followers and friends anywhere, but it hurt my feelings that some of those that have followed us for a long time said, I'm unsubscribing. That's like selling a family member. I can't believe you're doing that. And it's all about money. And anyway, let me tell you a little bit. And then you're still entitled to your opinion. If you hate my guts and think that I'm a horrible person, then you have the right to feel that way. But Poco, we have not owned him since he was a baby. Some of you felt like, oh my gosh, you've owned him for 25 years and now you're gonna sell him. That's like selling one of your children. We've owned him for about 18 months and we've loved him. Those of you that watch my channel know that we rescue a lot of horses and donkeys and mules. And anyway, I hadn't owned very many mules, and I came across Poco for a good deal, and I thought, you know what, I want to try him out. And we got him here, and our intention all along was to find a good home for him. but we enjoyed him so much we held on to him for about 18 months. Had a great time with him. But with all the other horses that we have on the property, he's not getting ridden. And that's another thing. People were like, just let him retire. He's old. He's a grandpa. Well, go ahead and look it up. But mules actually live on average between 35 and 40 years. And some can live up to 50 years. So Poco's got a good 10 years ahead of him. And to feed a horse right now, with our hay prices, it's costing at least $150 a month. So you do the math, but that's $1,800 to feed a horse per year right now, or a mule or a donkey or whatever. Now that's just feed. That's not veterinarian costs or grain or supplements. But like I say, just hay, which will keep a horse alive and pretty healthy. I mean, like I say, we like to give them some grain and some minerals and some salt blocks, and also you hope that you're not going to have veterinarian costs, but sometimes that happens. So, but let's just say $1,800 per year per animal to raise them and to keep them right now. Well, so Poco's got 10 good years left, and so that's $18,000 to keep him for another 10 years. Now, we love our horses, and those of you that watch our channel consistently, I think you know that we take good care of our animals. We love them, and while they're in our possession, we take the best care of them we possibly can. But our goal with many of them, especially the rescues, is to get them to another home, a good home that will take care of them. So in my mind, if Poco could go to a great home for the next 10 years, that's $18,000 that I have in my pocket to take care of other rescue horses that I have. And even though I would not call him a rescue, he was in good shape when we got him, other than his tail had been rubbed off and in a trailer. He's, like I say, I wouldn't say he was a rescue. He was just a good deal. We enjoyed having him here on the farm. And if no one pays the price that I'm asking, then we'll keep him on the farm, and I'll be happy to keep him on the farm. And if someone wants to pay $18,000, you can call him yours, and we'll keep him on the farm for the next 10 years. That would be awesome. But that $18,000 can feed and rehome and train a lot of horses. And so that's the way I look at it. And so yes, I like to buy and sell horses. I try to make a profit. So when people say it's all about money, well, without money you can't feed them. And if I can make some money on some, then it helps me to be able to get horses that are in bad situations and get them healthy and trained so that I can get them into better situations. I've probably rehomed over 100 horses this year. And so you do the math. If I were to keep every horse that comes on the property, there's no way I could do it on a teacher's salary. It wouldn't work. So anyway, like I say, you're entitled to think what you want. I normally don't respond to criticism. There's always critics out there, but I thought it's probably important that people get educated. So number one, we haven't had Poco since he was a little baby. People thought, man, you've had him 25 years and you're getting rid of him? That's like selling a child. Well, that's not the case. We haven't had him that long. The other thing is, people were assuming that he's on his deathbed, that at 25, 26 years that he's about to die. How dare we sell him? Why not let him retire on the farm? Well, he's not on his deathbed. He's probably got 10 good years ahead of him. And so if someone could enjoy him and love him as much as we have, that would be just awesome. And the other thing is, yes, we do try to make money on the horses that we sell. If you don't make money, you can't pay for hay. I just bought a semi-truckload of hay. Cost about $8,000 for that semi-truckload, and that'll barely get me through the winter. And I hope that'll get me through the winter. So anyway, hope this has helped educate some people. If you're thinking about buying a horse, maybe this will help you to know that. So they are expensive, but they're amazing animals. I love horses and mules and donkeys. They're amazing. They teach me a lot. They help me to become a better person. I learned patience and learned to observe and become better, and hopefully I'm becoming better myself. And again, I hope that this has changed your opinion a little bit, but even if it hasn't, then at least you know my side of the story. And anyway, thanks for those of you that do watch our channel, and for your supportive and kind comments. And those that were a little critical and mean, that's okay. I know in my heart of hearts that we're doing the best we can to help these animals have a good life while they're on the farm and when they go to other places. Well, real quick, while I was finishing here, we have this horse that we just got that's drinking out of the drinking post. And I just wanted to throw this out. This has been the coolest thing ever. It got down to about 20 degrees. Hey, buddy. It got down to about 20 degrees last night, and it'll get down to about 15 tonight. Well, those of you that have hoses know that means that all of our hoses would freeze. We might have broken pipes. You gotta wait till in the afternoon to even water oftentimes, or you get a frost-free bib that sometimes works. I haven't had great luck with the frost-free. It seems like after a year or so they corrode out and they don't work. But this drinking post is awesome. As you can see, the horse is just pushing down on that paddle, and as he pushes down on the paddle, it fills up with water. Let me show you. So it's just pressurized from the pressure of the pipe, fills up with water, and he drinks. When he's done drinking, it goes down through the bottom and goes into a leach line. And so there's no water up here to freeze, and the horses have consistent water. Stays about 40 to 45 degrees, I think is what it's advertised, year round. Doesn't freeze. They have cool water in the summer and unfrozen water in the winter. And see how it's just drained out the bottom and nothing to freeze. And anyway, the drinking post, you can see in the description of our videos their address, and if you put in Farm 66 as your promo code or whatever, you'll get 10% off. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about how long a mule lives, how long Poco's been on the farm, why I buy and sell so many horses. It's to try to get them to good homes. There we go, Penny's over here drinking now. It's to find them good homes, but it's also to make some money so that I can continue my hobby and habit of buying and selling horses and getting them to better situations. So God bless, and thanks for coming along.